on.
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. What I'm looking at today is the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And like the first two movies, this was written and directed by James Gunn. And it is likely the last Marvel movie he will do for hopefully a while, because now he is a co-head of DC Studios, which means that he is preparing a roadmap for DC and their live-action films, as well as cartoons and so on. And I think, on the face of it, it's a good thing, because he seems to recognize that you can't just willy-nilly create superhero movies. There needs to be a plan. You have to be heading somewhere. And that's not to say that where you're headed is necessarily successful, but it has to be planned out movie by movie. This is something the DC Extended Universe, or whatever they're calling it, has never done. Since it started, in fact. And it's what Marvel has done to success. And it always confused me, why is DC Films not doing this? And it's not only that. They would even hire directors who don't like the characters, such as Zack Snyder. You can't tell me he gave a damn about Superman. He at best tolerated Superman. Or Walter Hamada, who was the most recent head of DC Films, who knew nothing about these characters. Keep in mind, Walter Hamada is the same person who was considering a Wonder Twins film. And sure, that would have been on HBO Max before it was canceled. But still, Hamada consistently ignored the fact that these characters are interconnected. Their stories are interconnected. They cross paths all the time. They do not exist independently of each other. That's not to say you can't have each of them starring in their own movies. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is Batman exists in the same universe as Superman. Superman exists in the same universe as Wonder Woman. They don't have to cross paths every second, but they are in the same place, opening that possibility up. So James Gunn, being one of the co-heads of the DCEU, is a good thing. The one thing bothers me about James Gunn is that he has this weird idea about these companies, in that he says things to the effect of, you can love both Marvel and DC, which is true, by the way. That's not untrue. But what he's implying is that there's no competition. That's nonsense. Ever since DC and Marvel came to being, they were competing against each other. And I have nothing against that. But him saying that, and he does it in various venues, sounds very cringy to me, because it's not true. Not only is it not true, it was never true. And that's not to say I don't want DC to succeed, because how are we going to get the DC Marvel crossover, which will happen one day if Gunn and his co-head, I think his name is Peter Safran or Sarafin, something like that, are successful. It will happen, because there's so much money to be made in doing it for both parties. But Gunn needs to get it through his head that these two entities are competing against each other. They can like each other's work. I'm not saying they can't, but they are competing. Let's be clear on that. In any case, let's look at the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
We were gone for quite a while. But no matter what happens next, the galaxy still needs its guardians.
Milano's on steroids.
We come in peace.
Oh my God!
Seriously, dude?
No!
Don't forget, where we came from.
This is the introduction of the High
We
Evolutionary.
have been running our whole lives.
Why does Groot look so bulky?
I'm done running.
Why is the High Evolutionary blue as opposed to red?
We'll all fly away together. One last time. Into the forever. That beautiful sky.
Adam Warlock.
And we'll kill anyone who gets in our way.
No, not kill anyone.
Kill a few people.
Kill no people.
Kill one guy, one stupid guy who no one loves.
Now you're just making it sad.
Well, that was the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and it looks awesome. And it illustrates something I've always said about James Gunn. Namely, he is a very good writer-director if he's reined in. If he's not, you tend to get things that are overindulgent and don't particularly work. And I think that's Gunn's key to success when he was at Marvel Studios. Namely, he is reined in. Despite writing and directing a movie, he's not doing whatever he wants to do. And that's a good thing, because there's a such thing as too much Gunn. So what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. If you agree, disagree, let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or a follow. Peace. Have a great Monday.